Hey folks, welcome to my Learn to DJ vlog. This episode is a rant basically because we've been doing a lot of publication this week around this thing. It's the Pioneer DDJ 200, big new controller, lots of people interested in it, a great beginner thing. But a lot of people over on YouTube especially have been saying some really stupid things. So things like, oh, because of stuff like that gear there, the DJ world's been devalued. No one can actually make it in DJing anymore because there's a flood of DJs who've got no talent, who are kind of diluting the craft, and it's killing the craft. And the only DJs who are making it now, who are doing well now, are the ones who got established before. Insert item here. It could be the Pioneer DDJ 200, it could be the sync button, it could be controllers, although they look pretty pro compared to this, don't they? You know, you just set your line and you decide what's authentic and what isn't. And it's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. If you are getting involved in DJing using something like this, we are 100% with you. You, if you've got talent, could well be the next superstar. There is always room at the top for true talent. Do not let anyone tell you differently, especially jaded, old DJs who are not getting anywhere, who are not innovating, and who are quite scared by new generations using new gear and having fun with DJing, which is what it's all about. Don't listen to them. So another thing is, this means that everyone's going to want to be a DJ. This means that everyone's going to be doing it, and it's going to kill it. What they really mean is it's going to kill it for me. What they're really thinking is, you know, in the old days, because it cost a lot to have the equipment, and because you had to learn some pretty boring mechanical skills like lining up two tracks so that they were at the same speed before you could move the crossfader across. Because those two things have changed, because the software can do that for you now, and because the gear is very, very cheap nowadays and you can DJ on your phone and stuff like that, it's killing DJing. And what they really mean again is it's killing DJing for them. And again, it's bollocks. It doesn't ring true at all. The truth is that if you are out there thinking stuff like this is making it harder for me to make a living as a DJ because people are coming into the game who are using equipment that's easier than the way I learned, then you've got to take a long, hard look at yourself. What are you doing that's different? What are you doing that's remarkable? What are you doing that makes you stand out from the crowd? Because I'll tell you one thing, no professional ever needs fear amateurs. Never. A true professional should be really pleased that amateurs are coming into the game because it means the game's healthy. So listen, if anyone tells you, again, that you are diluting the craft, that you're not doing it properly, that the way you've chosen to get involved in this is wrong, and you're part of the problem, not the solution, just smile and walk away and get on with what you're doing because trust me, you're right and they're wrong. The other thing we keep hearing is that people shouldn't DJ on toys. Again, you look, I'm not talking about this item in particular. It's just that this is the DJ controller that everyone is saying these things about right now. People shouldn't DJ on toys. They should use real gear. But look, what they really mean is professionals shouldn't DJ on toys. And of course they shouldn't. Of course, if you roll up at a big club, you don't expect them to be DJing on a Pioneer Wego or on their phone or whatever. Of course you don't. I mean, that's common sense, right? But it doesn't mean there isn't room for people to DJ on that stuff. You know, you wouldn't drive a tiny little Fiat Cinquecento around a Formula One track and expect to be taken seriously. You wouldn't DJ in a big club on one of these and expect to be taken seriously. That's not the point. The point is that you can play for your own pleasure. You can play at home. Your kids can play. You can DJ with your kids. You can play parties. You can do anything where people aren't expecting you to turn up and do a professional job and make sure that all your bases are covered and stuff on gear that is meant for people like you. This isn't meant for pros. And a lot of DJ gear out there isn't meant for pros. Because guess what? For every pro, there are 10 amateurs having a great time DJing on gear that's meant for them. When it's time to upgrade, people who want to take it that step further are going to take it that step further. I honestly don't understand what people are moaning about. Now, I know people are going to say, Phil, you just... Pioneer are paying you to say this. You're just defending this, but I'm not. Look, people have been saying this ever since the first innovations in DJing started happening from the days of record decks. You know, I remember when the first CDJs came out, people were saying, oh, they've got a beat counter on them. That's going to ruin the art of DJing. I read an article about this exact thing. I think it was The Verge. And they wrote that DJs are a little bit scared about the new way of DJing with gear like this and with streaming instead of the traditional way where they take a USB drive and plug it into a CD player in a club. And I had to smile because I remember when taking a USB drive and plugging it into a CD player in the club was the devil's work. Everyone was saying it's going to kill record shops. Well, it did, but hey, there's progress for you. Everyone was saying it's not real DJing. Anyone can put tunes on a USB drive and turn up in a club. These CDs talking to each other with a sync button, that's not real DJing. Blah, blah, blah. Honestly, every change in DJing, a small but vocal minority have said this stuff about. So no, I'm not talking in particular about this. I'm talking about anything that changes, makes it easier, makes it cheaper to get involved, makes it more fun for more people. There are certain people who will say this kind of stuff. And I don't want you as a new DJ, I don't want you as someone getting involved in this to listen to them. Because the more people getting involved in DJing, as far as we're concerned, both as people who love DJing and as a business, of course, because we're a DJ school, the better. I would rather get everyone who's thinking about getting involved in either DJing or Fortnite to get involved with DJing. Because back in my day, video games were crap. And all we had was music, and everyone was into music, certainly everyone I knew was. Now there are so many distractions for people in their leisure time that DJing doesn't have the kind of monopoly on what young people do. And I want it to have as much as it can, as big a share of it can, of that market, of that culture for people growing up. I want music to be as important to people growing up now as it was to me. And I want everyone who loves music to have a go at DJing. So frankly, I love this stuff. I love software. I love buttons that make it easier to DJ, because guess what? The good people are going to do good things with it, and they're going to be the next superstars, and they're going to rise to the top. And people who either get bored of it or who move on, who just have their fun and that's all they want, they're going to be happy. And the only people who are going to be bitter are the people who remember time which is gone. And unfortunately, the big wheel keeps on turning, people. You can't change that. And it's not fair that you denigrate and put down people who are just getting involved in this because you've got reasons inside of yourself that you need to look at as to why you're not succeeding right now. So I'm sorry, that was a bit of a rant, but it makes me angry reading those comments, because I know that people who love music and who want to get involved in DJing are also reading them and having second thoughts about it. And I don't think that's right. So if you are a ranter, I'm sorry that was directed at you. I just want you to have a little think about this and maybe just realise that there's room for everyone in the big wide world of DJing and music, including you and including all the people who just want to dabble on awesome cheap gear and on their phones and with streaming services and that. It's a big wide church, and we should all be encouraging each other, not putting each other down. Whew. I'll take a breath now. Thank you for watching. Get good, get out there, make the moments. I'll see you again for another vlog very soon.